This is not what they taught you. Ancient Egypt and ancient India, two different worlds. He explains that both figures that have been described very differently than what we're told today. And once you see the justice of truth, you can't unsee it.
People saw her, I'm saying, in movies with Jules Caesar. But here the brother is putting this, I'm saying, now available for even the younger generation. So the brother, the elder, put this. All right. So Cleopatra had the biggest zoo on earth, and she conduct many experiments.
She knew how to use the genetics, and she understood the mind control, the animal mind, and she knew that the amount of chakras that the animal has creates the level of thought that the animal will have.
Creating animals, all right, in their habits. She created the dog cat, to they call it hyena. She created the domestic cat we have today using rabbits and lions.
The animals you have in your house now, the house cat and the dog, those are not real animals. Those are clones. That's why they have to put chips in them. That house cat comes from a wilder cat. And house cats come from wilder animals, lion genetics. Dogs, the average dog, I would say 99% of dogs are genetically modified to live with you. Now, Yakub created a easier way, but it was a slower way for animals to become to have more human thoughts. And that is the best way I can explain that is if you have a dog and that dog is live with you for 10, 15 years, the first thing you're going to say when that dog comes outside and you're walking it is, damn, you look just like his master. Because the dog has picked up the master's thoughts. Once he picks up the master's thoughts, and when he dies, he can no longer recreate, he can no longer come back as a dog again because he have human thoughts. Okay? So you have humans, and that's where it's a farce when they're telling you that every man is created equal, because they are not. Some are animals coming in from the humans coming in from the animal world. Where are they going to go? Back to be a dog? You can't take a dog with human thoughts and put him in the wild. You can't even put a human in the wild. Humans are domesticated. We're not original humans. And so cats, dogs, and all other animals, you go try to mess with a wild dog out in the wild. See if it does the same thing as your house dog. No, because it has those human thoughts. Your dog and animals even dream about you. They even dream about you. Okay? So that was one technique that was devised by not Akhenaten, Yakub, which was Yakub was a race of people. It was a race of people. Okay, and so Cleopatra, she knew how to use the genetics, and she understood the mind control, the animal mind, and she knew that the amount of chakras that the animal has creates the level of thought that the animal will have. For instance, cats only have 4 chakras. That means it can only, wherever your 4th chakra is, that's the cat's thinking process. And you grow these chakras as you evolve. Okay? Dogs only have 4 chakras. So they can only think wherever your 4th chakra, I think that's the heart chakra. Man's best friend. That's as high as he can think. Horses have six. And their crown chakra is royal blue. Yours is violet, but theirs is royal blue. So that's why horses are the most psychic. But they can't think beyond the level of a human because it only has those 6 chakras. We can't think as high as the dolphin because they have 8 chakras. Highest one is silver. Okay? This is the concept. This is what Miss Cleo knew when she was creating animals. That's why when you look at the zootypes, the animal heads on the Egyptian hieroglyphs, you will see the level of thought processes that they're functioning from. Okay, Anubis. You see all the different, a lot of the different metaneta with some of them wearing animal heads. The hawk. The hawk. Okay. So animals and genetics play a big role. And in my newest book called Sex Magic, I'm reluctant to really talk about it because it gets a little kind of weird. But there was experiments going on with humans and animals. And that is because the Atlanteans wanted to experience sex with a human or female with pig genetics or different animal genetics in the human. And if you go to the zygote, in the zygote, you become every animal on the planet before you become human, starting with reptilian. Starting with reptilian. So that's why their society really, really fell, is because of sort of like a sexual deviancy. Okay? Pigs, why don't you eat pig? Why are you told not to eat pig in Islam and all of that? Because pig is like human. They have their organs all in the same place as a human, and they have 7 chakras. And they have 7 chakras. Okay? This is well known. Cows and all these different animals that were experimented on in the human genome based on sexuality. This is Sex Magic volume. This is volume 3, the last volume, which is, to me, out of the 3 of the books, that one is fucking, I had to do some serious prayer and some serious meditation on that one, because that one was really something. Matter of fact, the one called Jesus, if you look at the back of my book, book 2, you'll see Ganesha on the back of the book. I put it on the back of the book because...
Oh, it's in the back.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Ganesha was taught to Hannibal by Jesus on how to use the elephant to conquer his enemy. Remember, Christianity or Christian is just a concept of ideas, of spiritual ideas taught by Vishnu, the Nagas. Matter of fact, the one called Jesus, if you look at the back of my book, book 2, you'll see Ganesha on the back of the book. I put it on the back of the book because...
Oh, it's in the back.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Ganesha was taught to Hannibal by Jesus on how to use the elephant to conquer his enemy. Okay? That's what Jesus taught. All about Ganesha. Remember, Christianity or Christian is just a concept of ideas, of spiritual ideas taught by Vishnu, the Nagas.
Hmm.
Right? I'm gonna stop right there.